Hi, I'm Betty. Welcome to my kitchen. I suppose, like many of you, oatmeal raisin cookies have long been a favorite in this household. And for years, I've used the recipe that comes with the Quaker Oats box. The recipe is right on the top of the box. But we were out for lunch a while ago with some friends. Actually, we had gone grocery shopping at Wegmans. And when we grocery shop at Wegmans, we always plan to have lunch there. And my friend Flora bought oatmeal raisin cookies for dessert. And they were a revelation. They were chewier, they just seemed to have more flavor. So I decided I needed to work on the box top recipe. And this is what I've come up with. I've got 2 sticks of unsalted butter and 1½ cups of brown sugar. That's a change from the cup of brown sugar and ½ cup of white sugar that the package calls for. So 1½ cups of dark brown sugar. Snap that on. And I'm going to be using this beater blade for the KitchenAid that has this rubber attachment on it. And what this does is really mix the ingredients, not only more quickly, but it means you don't have to stop every moment or two and scrape the sides down. So here we go. We'll just mix the butter and sugar together. You can see that this has creamed really quickly. And there's no need to scrape the sides down because these little rubber attachments do that job for us. Now I'm going to add 2 eggs, which I've combined with a teaspoon of vanilla. Plop those right in. Just want to make sure these are thoroughly mixed. And there they are. Now I've got 1½ cups of flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, a ½ teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And I'll just give these a whisk to combine before I add them to the bowl. Just mix that right in. And give that a quick mix. All right, the flour is mixed in, and now I'm going to add the remaining ingredients. Instead of the 3 cups of oatmeal as suggested on the box, I'm only using 2. And I'm going to add a cup of chopped walnuts. And in place of the raisins, I'm adding a cup of dried cranberries. They really do add a nice flavor. Mix that just until it's combined. And that's pretty much all there is to that. Just remove the bowl here. And now I use my scraper just to get all of this off the paddle. And we're ready to scoop onto our prepared sheets. And I've got a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper, and I'm going to be using an ice cream scoop, which I have found is just the best way to scoop out these cookies because they're all uniform, which means they will definitely all bake at the same time. It's also, as you can see, by far the fastest way to do this. These scoops come in handy for so many things. I have them in all sorts of sizes.
The spectator is Levi.
The spectator is Levi. He's our granddaughter's dog. Our granddaughter is visiting with us this summer. And I'm sad to report that our beloved Mac, our Yorkie, died last week. He was 16 years old and had been in failing health and died quite peacefully on his favorite blanket on his favorite couch. But we do have Levi with us, which is filling a large hole in our hearts. All right, I should also mention I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees. So we'll just scoop these out, and they can go right in the oven. And they'll cook for about 12 to 15 minutes, depending on your oven, of course. Now, if you don't want to bake all of these cookies at one time, have another prepared sheet and simply scoop them out on the sheet, pop them in the freezer, and when they're frozen, you can take them off, pop them in a plastic bag, and they're ready to bake a fresh cookie anytime you'd like. I hope you'll try this recipe and enjoy it as much as we do. All right, cookies are baked. They've turned a beautiful golden brown, and I'm going to set them on the stove top to cool for a minute or two, and then I'll transfer them to a cooling rack. It's too bad we can't catch the aroma of these wonderful cookies. They just are filling the house with the most delicious smell. For further information and even more recipes, please visit my website.